In the heart of bustling Mumbai lived a young man named Arav Sharma. At 27, Arav worked as a customer support representative in a small tech firm. Life felt like an endless loop. Wake up, rush to work, answer angry calls, come home tired, scroll through social media, and sleep. Every day he felt like he was running, but going nowhere. He had dreams, big ones. He wanted to start his own business, inspire people, and live a life of freedom. But with bills piling up and no roadmap in sight, his dreams seemed more like fantasies. One rainy night, after missing yet another deadline at work, Arav stood on his apartment balcony, soaked in failure and frustration. A voice inside whispered, "Asterisk, this can't be it." Asterisk. That night changed everything. He began researching successful people. He read biographies, listened to podcasts, and observed common threads in their lives. Slowly, he discovered 5 habits that kept appearing like guiding stars. They weren't magic, but they were consistent. Arav decided he would adopt them, one by one, brick by brick. Here's how his journey unfolded, and how these 5 habits made him unstoppable. The first thing Arav changed was his morning. He used to hit snooze 5 times before dragging himself out of bed. Now, he woke up at 5:30 a.m., before the world could interrupt. He started with 10 minutes of silence, just listening to his breath. Then, he would write down 3 things he was grateful for. Next, he'd review his goals and visualize achieving them. It felt silly at first, but slowly, his mindset began to shift. His mornings turned into a sanctuary. He wasn't reacting to the world anymore. He was creating his day with intention. One morning, he wrote in his journal, "I will build something of my own." He didn't know how yet, but for the first time in years, he believed he could. Arav realized he had been busy, not productive. He would start things and never finish. So he made a rule, only 3 main tasks per day. No more multitasking. No more endless to-do lists. He began scheduling time for deep work. 1 hour every evening, just to build his business idea. No distractions. No phone. Just focus. It was hard. Some nights he wanted to watch Netflix or sleep early. But each time, he reminded himself of the version of him he was building. Progress was slow, but it was real. Weeks later, he had created a prototype for a mobile app that helped freelancers track and bill clients, something he had needed during his side gigs. Nothing transformed Arav more than this habit. He used to avoid discomfort at all costs. Avoid tough conversations. Avoid learning new skills. Avoid failure. But now he began seeking it. He started going to the gym, lifting weights that scared him. He joined a local public speaking club, even though his hands would shake at the mic. He reached out to mentors who once felt too important to talk to. Every uncomfortable step strengthened his courage muscle. One day, his manager offered him a leadership role in a new project. A year ago, he would have said no. But now, he said yes, with shaky confidence and a determined heart. That project taught him how to manage people, resolve conflicts, and lead under pressure. Discomfort was no longer his enemy. It became his trainer. Arav once believed learning stopped after college. But unstoppable people are always students. He began reading a book a month. He subscribed to online courses, followed industry leaders, and stayed hungry for growth. His weekends turned into learning marathons, no longer wasted in mindless scrolling. One course in particular, on digital marketing, opened his eyes. It gave him the skills to turn his app into a real product. He created a simple landing page, started running ads, and got his first 50 users. Learning changed from something he had to do to something he craved. He wasn't just working harder, he was getting smarter. For years, Arav surrounded himself with people who played small, complained about life, and laughed at big dreams. He realized he needed to change his circle. He joined online communities of entrepreneurs. He started attending local meetups. He shared his story and listened to others. One day, he met Maya, a graphic designer who became his co-founder. She believed in his idea and brought his app to life with beautiful design and intuitive interfaces. He also found a mentor, Mr. Kapoor, a retired tech CEO who saw potential in Arav and guided him like a father would. This new tribe pushed him higher, kept him accountable, and reminded him, You become like the people you surround yourself with. After a year of steady growth, small wins, and brutal lessons, R's app hit a milestone: 10,000 active users. He was finally able to quit his job and go full-time on his startup. His parents, once worried about his choices, now beamed with pride. But more than the success, it was a transformation that mattered. R was no longer the tired, hopeless man on the balcony. He was now unstoppable. Not because he was the smartest or luckiest, but because he built the habits that forge resilience, vision, and drive. R's story isn't about luck. It's about consistent action rooted in powerful habits. These 5 habits are not just motivational buzzwords, they're tools that can rebuild a life. Start with a morning ritual when your day before it begins. Prioritize with focus. Busy is not the same as productive. Embrace discomfort. Growth lives outside your comfort zone. Never stop learning. Skill is a currency of success. Surround yourself with a winning tribe. Your environment shapes your destiny. Wherever you are right now, whether in a job you hate, stuck in fear, or buried under doubt, remember this: you are not too late. You are not too old. You are not too far behind. You are just one decision, one habit, one brave step away from becoming unstoppable. Now ask yourself, what's one habit you'll start today? Because the life you dream of isn't built in a day, but it is built daily.